What's up YouTube, it's AJ from AE79 Prospecting. We are doing something a whole lot different today. We're going to be digging in a totally different area of the stream, and you can see this is completely different. I mean, look at all the bedrock shown here. Just massive chunks of bedrock all over the place. So we're going to be doing a little exploring here, see if we can find any good gold. We'll do some test pans inside some of the tailings piles close by and see what we can find. Today we're not going for quantity, we're going for quality. We're here to have a good time, and hopefully we'll find a little bit of color as well. I'm not sure if you can appreciate the geography here, but there seems to be all kinds of random mounds all over the place here. Again, these are all tailings piles. What's interesting to me is this one. Look at this. Clearly someone must have found something interesting here. Let's go ahead and run, I don't know, maybe 5 test buckets and see what we can find here. I bet there must be something good here. Let's find out. Alright, we got our wash plan set up also in a different area. We actually have a good amount of water to work with today, so shouldn't have any issues with pump clogging. We'll go ahead and start bringing a couple buckets of material and see what we can get. Can you guys see the crayfish here? Look at that. This is why I love being outside, guys. You see all this cool stuff. And here's our modified PVC pipe in action. Great construction zone. Again, Mike, you know who you are, man. Thanks for the tip. This has been working really good. Let's keep running, guys, and see what else we can get today. This time our high banker is really close to us, so I'm not storing the material. I'm just getting a bucket at a time, or 2 half buckets at a time, running it. Getting 2 more and running it. And taking breaks in between because we're just enjoying ourselves today. Today we're not really going for quantity today. You know, I just want to enjoy myself out here. So I'm just going to hopefully run about 15 buckets or so, but you know, I'm not really going to be too worried or stressed or trying to hit a certain number here. The point in being out here is just to enjoy nature, find a little color. You can see here we got a lot of washing power coming out of the PVC pipes. It's doing a great job clearing off the rocks. However, we still don't have enough water flow to get the rocks to clear the grizzly bars without me manually pushing them across. We'll get that fixed next time. This is what we found after running 5 test buckets. Not bad at all. There's very little ultrafine gold and a couple of chunkier pieces, so that's pretty good. You can also note there's absolutely no mercury here, which is a plus for me as well. Let's keep running and see what else we can find. A couple people had asked to see my pump and how I protect the pump. A lot of these pumps come with a small built-in filter in the bottom, and then I also put the bottom of a little kitty litter basin underneath it and kind of set it up lengthwise like that. I put the pump towards the very back, as far downstream as possible within the kitty litter box. And what happens is the top of the box almost acts like a little ripple, so any dirt or debris that comes over tends to just fall at the front of the box. I also tend to put some rocks on the bottom of it, so in case some silt does build up, it won't affect the pump action. This is the area we test panned and found some good gold. We ran 5 test buckets here, and it looked pretty good as well. Some chunkier pieces, not a ton, but you know, the other tailings pile we were working on just had ultra fine sub 100 mesh gold for the most part. So I'm all about the chunkier gold. So let's keep digging here for another 5 to 10 and see what we got. I don't talk about safety much during my videos, guys, but I think it's important to mention when you're out digging, and you have rocks in the area, make sure you got your glasses on. You know, this rock, if it shatters, it can blind you. So, you know, safety first always, guys. Wear your safety glasses or your sunglasses or something when you're using a pickaxe. So what we're trying to do here is just loosen up these rocks from under all these roots. These things have been here for, I'm guessing, 150, 200 years. You know, this mine was open in the, right around the time of the gold rush, the 49 gold rush in California. So these things have been here for a long time. So, you know, the top layer is not going to have anything. It's kind of black, and there's just sort of debris from decomposing leaves and stuff. All the good stuff is underneath it, so that's where we're working. This is a lot better. You always want to control feed rate. You don't want to go too crazy. So that's just a half bucket done. Break those grizzly bars. This is what we found after we ran an additional 10 buckets. Nice chunkier pieces of gold. It'll probably add up to 1 or 2/10 of a gram, so it's not going to set any records, but we had fun today, and we're going to call it quits a little early because it is just nasty, hot, and humid. I'm looking forward to when the weather cools down in the fall. I wanted to show you this area one more time. Absolutely beautiful. We'll definitely make a trip down at some point to do some crevicing work here, because I bet there's some gold underneath and in between those rocks. We're back home now, and we're going to go ahead and do our cleanup. I've had a couple requests via the comments to show a little bit more detail on my cleanup, so that's what I'm going to do today. So step one, I use my Garrett Super Sluice pan underneath, and I put a 1/2-inch classifier. So before I run everything through my Gold Hub multi-sluice, I just like to remove any of the bigger rocks and inspect them separately. And so, 15 buckets with 3 cleanups. You don't have many cons, and that's the advantage of using the Gold Hog. It's not fun going through buckets where there are cons. Next, we'll just go ahead and just wash the material through the classifier. Alright, so everything is washed off now pretty well. And for the most part, you're not going to find any big nuggets here. These are going to be, generally speaking, just flatter rocks that maybe just got stuck on the sluice. I'm probably not going to find any gold in it, but you always want to inspect because you never know. Now what we're going to do is just dump all the water out and dump all of our supercons into a small container that we can use to run through our multi-sluice. So usually I'll have the ripple side here just in case, but again, this is all, all the big gold we should have already found. There we go. I have a small little container here that I'll just rinse the cons into. And there we go, 15 buckets of material down to that. Pretty incredible. So we'll go ahead and run it through our finishing sluice. And I know is panning is you'll never get all the fine gold panning. You should hopefully, if you're any good, get the big gold. But the fine pieces, sub 100 mesh pieces, you know, a lot of that stuff is still going to be in here. So that's why it's always important to bring your cons home. A, it gives you something to do while you're salivating over your next trip out to find gold. But B, it's just being thorough. Again, you've done all the work. So get all the gold that you found. Don't throw it back into the creek. I always take the tailings off the multi-sluice and classify it down to 20 mesh and then pan it out just to see if I've lost anything. Typically, it's not much, just a couple of ultra fine specks, which you can see here. And just to put things into perspective, let me put my finger in here. And that's what we lost. I mean, it would take hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of these to even register on a scale. So, you know, I think that's the goal. You want to cover 99+% by weight with your cleanup sluice. And then a lot of times what I'll do is I'll take this 20 mesh cons and dump it all in a bucket. And I just let it collect there all season long. And during the winter time, that's when I break out, you know, the blue bowl or the water table or something like that. Just when I can't go out prospecting, I can prospect my cons to get every little speck. And this is what all the hard work is about, guys. The shiny yellow, absolutely gorgeous. We've got one final set of modifications to make for our next trip, and we're going to be ready to rock and roll. We're going to add 2 small pumps to add just enough extra water flow to allow us to run unclassified material that will be rinsed well and pass the grizzly bars with almost no assistance. I've been trying this out at home and testing this out at home, and it works really well. So I think we're really close to getting over the hump here, guys. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and I can't wait to show you our final version next week. You're going to love it, and we're going to move a ton of material. Until next time, peace out.